Time is now 8:33 a.m. Thursday, September 26, 2024. I'd like to call this meeting in order of Kane County Forest Reserve Land Acquisition Committee. Clerk, please call roll for attendance.
Sanchez,
Sanchez present.
Caius,
Caius present.
Allen, Bates, Ford,
Present.
Lewis here, Linder, Roth,
Roth here.
Strathman, Williams. You have a quorum?
All right, approval of the minutes, July 25th, 2000. We have one resolution under new and unfinished business. Resolution authorizing the sale of district-owned parcels in the Algonquin Shores subdivision, Kane County, Illinois. Need a motion and a second.
Ford moves.
Roth seconds.
Roth seconds. Discussion, Jen?
Hey, Kate, could you pull up the map real quick? All right, so Algonquin Shores, so that kind of highlighted pink area, those are the parcels up in that area is what we're talking about. So just to put everything in perspective, the road that runs through there, that's the new Long Meadow Parkway, Bruner Family Forest Preserve down to the south. And then these parcels kind of sit in a residential area. And if you could go to the next slide, Kate.
And Chris lives right in the upper corner. And that's McHenry County right at the very top.
Yes, this is the very, very top end of the county. So what we're looking at are these 11 parcels that are kind of highlighted in yellow. The total acreage of all of those 11 parcels together is 1.3 acres. They're properties that we purchased, I believe, when the Forest Preserve was looking to carry that Fox River Trail kind of following up on the eastern bank. That opportunity has kind of gone away over the years. And these parcels, just because of their location, they're surrounded by homes, they're isolated. They really don't have a purpose for the Forest Preserve anymore. We did have NRM go out and take a look to just make sure that there wasn't any plant material of high quality. There is nothing really out there. It's been mostly kind of overrun by the neighbors at this point. So our suggestion is to go ahead and auction the parcels off parcel by parcel. We did have an appraisal. They did come in at about $500 per parcel. So we would be looking for permission from the board to go ahead and host a public auction, starting price at $500 per parcel, and see where that leads us. Typically, we would notify local municipalities first and give them the right of first refusal on those. In this case, we would reach out to the local park district just to see if they had an interest in it before we actually put that up to auction.
Roth.
Are the parcels big enough you could build on one particular parcel?
No.
Or would you have to buy multiple, like Valley View?
Most of it, yeah, it's 0.13 acres, and with setbacks, it would get really tight. I suspect you'll get a bit of a bidding war on the neighbors who are adjacent to
Who
each
want
of
to
those
expand their
parcels.
property.
Exactly. Yep.
A tiny home.
Build a tiny home. You could, yeah,
And where is
or a little cottage.
Where's
Mhm.
Crystal's?
Oh, I'm in the other map.
Little-
Oh, okay. Never mind.
East of there.
Because I thought maybe he'll be buying them all.
You may have seen a movie where they're going dun, dun, dun. Along the river, they like it down there be all by themselves.
Well, that's just like Valley View.
Is that in a
It's
town or
very
is that the
big
county?
There's just little tiny
Pardon?
properties.
Is that in the county or in a town? It's
Unincorporated.
Unincorporated. Mhm.
Oh, that whole section you see except on the right is
Yeah,
unincorporated.
it's all
Yeah.
incorporated.
And that's the trail. Where's the Fox or the, yeah,
That long linear.
the green?
Mhm.
That's Fox River Trail right there.
Yeah.
And beautiful, all covered with trees. You can see, you can't even see the
it's
trail.
gorgeous.
Mhm.
Some of the best trails in the nation.
All right.
Any other discussion on this? Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Caius,
Guys, yes.
Allen,
Alan, I.
Bates, Ford,
Ford, yes.
Lewis, yes, Linder,
Linder, yes.
Roth,
Yes.
Strathman,
yes.
Williams.
Williams, yes.
It's approved.
Okay, we don't really do communications anymore. We probably could just take that off the agenda.
Okay.
Sorry, Lori.
Don't worry.
I wanted to repeat to see where the dams progress in 2 days.
Well, that'll probably come up in utilization.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Have you guys
Oh.
seen the sign, Save Our Dams?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Not
do,
not one we're interested in.
I do have a somewhat acquisition related question. Just looking at what we were just seeing there with Algonquin Shores, that's all north of the dam. And now that the dam is coming down and the shoreline is receding,
Mhm.
that land is now exposed. So does that stay in the ownership of where it is now? Because that is what, the state that owns that? Is that a state waterway, or is there an opportunity,
that would-
is there opportunity for Forest Reserve to come in and?
They have some considerations of floodplain movement in there, but I'll defer to
Right.
Gary pretty quick.
So this is a very unique, almost law school type question. And I've talked with Dave Nelson at Chicago Title about it in the context of some of our islands, because our islands literally shift with the flow of water, and they lose some upstream area and they gain some downstream area. The same thing works with respect to the center line, they call it the center thread of the Fox River. So technically, everyone adjacent to the Fox River owns to the middle thread of the Fox River. Now, the platted lots don't include the river, and it's subject to all kinds of rights, riparian rights and other rights, including the Army Corps of Engineers overseeing what you do with your part of that river. But in theory, as the shoreline shrinks, it's just those people receiving back dry land, what they already kind of owned as part of the river.
So those.
In theory,
Those
anyway.
parcels just would keep coming out in like
Yeah.
high shape.
Yeah, they just keep, they call it avulsion and accretion, and I can't remember which is which, but I think avulsion is when you lose it and accretion is when you gain it.
Yeah.
The rule of law would be that the person owns basically straight from their lot to the center line, however that would configure. And of course, when you're bending and whatnot, it really can get complicated.
Yeah, yeah.
But-
So we can't come in there and take it, basically.
Yeah, well, it doesn't inure to our benefit, except for the properties that we own that are along the river, and we have a substantial
But
number
we
of
have
those.
the same rights too.
So yeah,
Okay.
that same right goes in our
Okay,
favor too. Yeah.
interesting. Thank you. Yeah, I was, just curious what, there's an opportunity there.
Yeah, I mean, we own that most of the 2 miles just north of, well, we own it completely for the 2 miles on either side north of Carpentersville Dam. So
Mhm.
it would just
Yeah, that's.
be our land. And then to the north of that, we still own quite a lot at the old Buffalo
Yeah.
Park. And then, but interestingly, as part of the dam removal, the river is going to be finding its new center thread as it goes through
Yeah.
there. So we'll be watching to see where that's going to be.
Yeah, I know somebody who's complaining, oh, the mussels are on the shore.
Well, so we are, so Pat and the NRM crew, there's Pat, are going, have already been out as those mudflats get exposed. They're walking them, north and south. They were talking to the Urban Stream Research Center because a number of people have hit us up about the, mussels. And so as he explains it to me, first the mussels go down seeking to find, better wet conditions. When they hit the bottom, they come back up, and that's an opportunity for us to collect them, move them downstream, and save as many as possible.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are already, but start at like Fox River Shores, because that's where people go and can see it more easily. It's like, all right, it's just.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't know, I didn't think about that. People are complaining, like, well, what are we supposed to do? Go throw them back by hand?
Yep.
And then I saw that there was.
They're like, yeah, that's what we're
oh,
doing.
actually. So then I responded, well, we are. So
Yes.
there you go, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. They've even tapped into, they've got volunteer resources. We can do sweeps.
That's cool.
Up
All
and-
right. Well, I gotta go fishing soon, so maybe I'll just
Yeah.
throw in a couple.
Throw some clams in.
Yeah, all right,
Better.
cool.
Sounds like more fun than fishing to me.
Actually, yeah, that would be fun.
Save a clam.
Cool. All right.
The
Well,
mussels,
anything
yeah.
else from the committee? Hearing none, I need a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion to adjourn.
And a second.
4 seconds.
Rob and Ford, all those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you for being here.